Hello, and welcome back to Ranger in Time, Disaster on the Titanic, a book by Kate Mesner. In this video, we're going to cover comprehension questions for chapters 4 through 6. Chapter 4, Bound for New York. Chapter 4, Comprehension Questions. Number 1. What were two differences between first class and third class accommodations on board the Titanic? Sample answer. The first-class cabins were fancy and located on the upper decks of the ship. The third-class cabins were simple, crowded, and located on the lower decks of the ship. Number 2. Why do you think Jenny, the ship's cat, carried her kittens off the ship when the Titanic was docked in Southampton, England? Sample answer. Perhaps Jenny, the ship's cat, sensed that staying on board Titanic would be dangerous for her and her kittens. Chapter 5, Danger on Deck. Chapter 5, Comprehension Question. How does Ranger's search and rescue training come in handy during this chapter? Sample answer. In this chapter, we learn that Patrick's friend Hamad can't find his little sister Miriam. When Hamad says, "I can't find my sister" aloud, Ranger recognizes the word find from his search and rescue training. Hamad also has Miriam's little rag doll. Ranger can recognize Miriam's scent on this doll. After hearing the word find and smelling Miriam's scent, Ranger knows he is supposed to find Miriam using his keen nose. Chapter 6, Climbing High. Chapter 6, Comprehension Questions. Number 1. Why was rescuing Miriam from near the top of Titanic's crane especially difficult for Patrick? Sample answer. Rescuing Miriam from near the top of Titanic's crane was especially difficult for Patrick because he had a fear of heights ever since his father fell to his death while working on the construction of Titanic. Number 2. Just after 11:30 p.m. on the night of April 14, 1912, Patrick, Hamad, and Miriam felt the Titanic shudder and heard a scraping, crunching noise. They also heard a grinding, grating sound. Finally, they noticed that Titanic's engine stopped. What do you think caused this shuddering, these noises, and the crew's decision to shut down the ship's engines? Sample answer. I think the shuddering, the noises, and the crew's decision to shut down the ship's engines were all caused by Titanic hitting something and sustaining some damage. And this wraps up the comprehension questions for chapters 4 through 6.